Oh, good grief. That has to be at least 5 pounds. Maybe 8. All right. Let's get some pear butter on the road. The first batch I'm making is going to be a pepper pear butter to use as a pork glaze later on. Let's put you there, and put you there. Always, always, always wash your fruit that you've picked. Always, 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 always. And I can actually smell these guys now. Dave wanted me to save the biggest, nicest for eating. So I'll set that one there. That's more than enough water there. There we go. I might only get about 2 jars of pear butter, but it's okay. Me. That's a stem that came out. Let's see. I think I'll do about half and half, because I know it's going to cook down a lot. All right, on to the next step. Oh boy, that's gonna be some spicy jelly. Some spicy pear butter. Maybe I won't do all of these. Put these 3 away. I am going to be putting all of this through a sieve before I put it into its final pot for boiling down into pear butter. So guys, don't worry about the seeds, okay? So I am going to start both batches of pear butter. I'm going to have them on low, though, so that I'm not having to worry about them too much overcooking. Pear butter or apple butter, it can take all day. And yeah. So, here we go, guys. Cue time comes. So I remembered my phone can't handle that kind of amount of footage, so it's going to be bits and chunks here and there. I'll show you guys. Don't mind. I'm just wiping that down to get the initial capsaicin off, and then I'll be using this side for processing the pears. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. My cutting board is crooked. Okay. So pumpkin pie spice is nothing more than cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. And that was the spice mix that I was going to use in the pear sauce that I'm going to return into the pear butter. So instead of using the very old ginger and clove that I have, I'm just going to go ahead and use the pumpkin pie spice because it already has everything I want. Now, I don't know how much this is going to make. I don't know how much this is going to make, but I am undaunted. So I'm going to do, using a teaspoon, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do a 5th for good luck. After this, I'm going to add 3/4 cup of sugar to this one, 1/2 cup of sugar to this one. And then I'm going to add about the same amount of lemon juice. You need the lemon juice so that your pears don't turn too brown on you. So let's get into that real quick. And then for canning salt, I'm actually going to put that into my 1/2 cup right here because my 1/2 cups have a little bit of a spout that I can pour out. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt into the pepper, pear butter, and then for this, I'm just going to very, 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 very gently spread out 1 teaspoon there. Same amount of salt because this is supposed to be a more spicy kind of pear butter. This one is supposed to be sweet, and we're not going to add any more than that. Canning salt, for whatever reason, seems to tastes like it has a higher saltiness to it than regular table salt, but you don't want to use regular table salt for anything that you're going to be canning and preserving because you can accidentally give yourself too much iodine that way. So if you don't have this and you want to get into any kind of canning, pickling, brining, marinating, get stuff specifically meant for it. This is 4 pounds. This will last me for, well, it depends actually on how active of a canning season it is. This will probably last me for at least another 1.5 years. So. And yes, I do have at least 1 more sitting on my shelves, just in case I have a very active year. All right, time for the lemon juice. I'm just going to reuse my measuring things here because I don't want to have to dirty something else. 1/2 cup lemon juice. And that. 3/4 cups. And that. And there we go. By the way, in case you're wondering, this, yes, it smells very, very good. All right, you guys. I'm going to set those 2 right there. I'm going to set that knife right there because that is not going to be a good knife for dealing with the pears. And I'm going to pause the video real quick and I'm going to show you what I'm doing with the pears. All right, you guys, let's talk knives for when you're processing down fruits like a pear, especially one that says misshapen is this poor thing. Now, if you're peeling and you don't have a peeler that you can think will get through the skin, you're going to want something a bit more like this. When you're chopping it up, you're going to want a little bit more of a broader, like a mini chef's knife. And that's what I'm using for this. Let me show you guys real quick what I'm going to do. And because I have so many pears, I'm not going to take you guys along for that because it's probably going to take me an hour. And my phone, as good as what it is, my phone cannot handle an hour of filming most of the time. So that, and I need the music that's on my phone. This is a music job. All right, I've got my bowl right here for the remainder scraps. I'm going to pull this down. I'm going to very carefully get in under the skin here. Thanks, Lieutenant, for the background noise. Appreciate that. Now, I was raised in a household where you peel towards you because that's just what you did. Those newfangled peelers were not something that my mom had growing up, that my grandma had growing up. This was how I was taught how to peel things. And I know there are people having heart attacks watching this. Please relax. I'm going slow. If I get tired, I will cover both of these and I will go and rest. This is not something that has to be done quickly. Things like this are meant to be done slowly. They're really meant to be done with someone else, a friend, because, you know, peeling things and canning things, it was always a family activity for me growing up. Snapping green beans, picking hornworms off the tomato plant and throwing them in the air for the blue jays to catch. If the blue jays were in the area. If they weren't, we would just step on them. Or if we were feeling froggy and we knew we were going fishing later, we'd throw them into a bucket and use them as bait. They worked well as bait, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, cutting here. Check everything as you cut it off. That's a good pear. Hey LT, I know you're being mad right now because I'm not paying attention to you, but could you stop, please? Thank you. Smaller knife to do cleanup. There's a bit of a veiny kind of part right there. I cut that out. Look at that. Oh, now it's an Izzy who's causing that noise. Okay. No, that's okay to throw away. Oop. Oop. These don't have to be fine chops. Because it's all going to break down. But you will note I am checking every single piece just to make sure there aren't any bad spots. Like this spot right here. And that way I make sure I don't accidentally process a bug. Alright guys, that's the basic gist of what I'm going to be doing here for the next couple of hours. For you, it's only going to be a couple of seconds. For me, this is going to be a while. See you in just a couple of seconds through the magic of editing. dining room table. What am I doing standing up doing this? If you can sit down to do something, it's a good idea to do it. Your knees don't last forever. Oh, that's so much better. That's not food for you, LT. And that is about as full as I dare make that. Oh my. Not just for potatoes. Yeah. Sometimes one must update. Make sure that my cable. Now, if I was just making pear sauce, I would be done, but I'm not. I'm making pear butter. So, I'm going to need that tomorrow. So I'm just going to leave that unit there. Be right back while I rinse this off in the sink. To thicken this down, this is a much more efficient pan. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit broader in terms of that. So we've got zunk. Put that there. Grab this. I know for a fact that there's cat hair in there, probably. One of the joys of having cats. The main thing I'm trying to keep from being in the butter is the skins, because I've already gotten all the pectin that might be in the skin out, and I don't want the pepper seeds. And just make sure there's no fibery bits and all that fun stuff. And that's all that right there. You can hopefully see right there that I'm keeping out of my pear butter. Plunk. Even. All right, leave me to it, and I'll see you guys in a moment. You guys know how I'm using a rotational action with the ladle there? That helps reopen the sieves and really get as much of the juice out as possible. Smashes up the pieces of pear I might have missed with the immersion blender. I didn't miss many, I gotta be honest. So, happy about that. Always have a lovely sound. Okay, and this is what it looks like after it's sieved, guys. Not too shabby, huh? Now, tiny taste. It's already pretty thick as it is. Ooh, I was a little bit worried because the heat started to rise up, and then now it's mellowing out. You know that spicy and flavorful kind of spicy? Like it's just that mild, gentle tingles on the tongue kind of spicy. That is what that has. And the pear, just, oh, I'm happy with that. Y'all, I have a feeling that is going to be amazing once we get it cooked down. All right. Just moving the things here. Now, all of the recipes that I saw said the pear butter will be ready when you lift a spoon out and it sticks to the back of the spoon. So we're going to stir here, because at this point I now have to let it keep cooking for another 4 or 5 hours. People always want to do tasty things like this, but let me tell you something, guys. If you're not ready for the time investment, or you go into it blind thinking that, oh yeah, this is easy, it'll be done in like an hour. One, whoever it was that told you it was easy and can be done in an hour was lying. Two, things like this, like pear butter and growing, yeah, see how that's really thin? And taking taking care of a tree to the point that it gives you pears or apples or whatever fruit it is you're raising. That's all time intensive. So if you're going to get into something like this, you need to make sure that that's actually what you want to spend your time on. Because otherwise, you're just going to end up frustrated and disappointed. Double check my... Okay, we're good there. We're good there. All right. Turn that down just a little bit more because it is the bigger eye. Stage 3. No, 4? 3. 4, if we count the blending. Stage 4 of 5. Oh boy. Unfortunately, I still have all of these to deal with. But I do have to admit, I do feel a little bit of re-energizing after seeing how well that's turned out. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of these real quick, and I'm not cooking that down today. I am not cooking that down today. I will do that tomorrow, which means it'll be another day tomorrow. It'll be a chaotic day tomorrow because I'm filming this apparently in the middle of a very interesting week of weather in Arizona. Yay. Piece of advice. Always have more jars than you think you're going to need. By like 1 or 2. It is now just after 3, and I've been working on this for the last 7 hours, 8 hours. Just went up to get the mail. I think that's about apple butter consistency. They said cook it until it doesn't come off the spoon easily. And dip it in. So, I think I got it. I'm sorry, pear butter. I think it's thick enough. Oh. Thing is, that takes so long. I can't start the other batch until tomorrow because I don't have the time left today. So this is going to be a 2-day video. Now this is meant to be a glaze for pork, so it's okay if it's a little bit thinner. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so good. Now, I'm leaving that much headspace for these guys because I'm going to be putting them into the freezer. I'm not going to water bath this one. Immediately rinse off my things, my tools. Because if I don't, it's gonna set up like cement. This little magnetic grabby tool for lids is freaking godsend. Love these things. There we go. Now I'm not going to put these guys into the freezer straight away. I'm going to let them come down to room temperature and then put them into the freezer. And the main reason for that is because I don't want to break my jars. There are some things you can get away with putting into the freezer right away. One of those is home rendered fats like tallows and lards. I have found that the fat will help keep the temperature exchange from reaching that point of where you're going to end up with a shattered or cracked jar. I don't understand why, but that's just been my success rate. So I'll let these guys cool. I'm going to let that pot cool, and then I'm going to wash it. Because, as any canner out there can tell you, there are a few things more frustrating than realizing you could have saved yourself a whole lot more time if you had just cleaned the stuff that day. And for those of you wondering what frozen jalapeno pear butter looks like, come on. There we go. Now, I only got 2 jars of this, and it turned out really good, so let's hope that today's batch turns out just as good. Two hours in, and these are nowhere near ready yet, guys. I need to give them at least probably another hour, if not another 2. Like I told you guys on day 1, if you're going to make applesauce or pear sauce and apple butter and pear butters, or you're going to start canning in general and making your own stuff in general, be ready to invest a lot of time. But also make sure it's time that you want to invest. Oh, that smells so good too. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Alright, you guys. You can see how much that's cooked down. It is, however, blending time, and I'm doing it in here in the sink because I'm worried I'm going to make this. Shoot. I'm going to try to get everything set up here. Eye that I have that on is white hot. Not good. Not good. Oh, my poor stove. It has been so used with all of this. It's the most use I think the stove has had in a long dang time. Done. Sit there. Right there. Now the main reason why I'm not going to let it keep cooking down in this particular pot is because I need this pot to be able to water bath. Will you please stay there? Thank you. I need this pot to be able to water bath the pear butter after I get it cooked down. So let's get into this, y'all. Holy crap, you guys. We did it. I was not sure that was all going to fit in there. All right. You guys, I was not sure that was all going to fit in there. Whew. Alright, we're gonna turn this on low. Like 2. Now, the instructions from that I was going by yesterday were telling me to make sure to stir it frequently, every 10 to 15 minutes. At this stage right here, it's going to be staying in this stage for probably a good couple of hours, so I don't actually have to stir it all that frequently with it being on low heat. But just in case there are spatters, I'm going to put my universal lid like so. That way the steam can still escape. Alright, y'all. Now we're on to the second longest part with it in this state. And that's cooking it down. Whew. I need a cold drink. Alright, you guys. You can see how much the level has dropped. It has, however, been let me see, 4 hours since I started this. So, grab this, grab that. See how much thicker it is? However, it ain't ready yet. Not by a long shot. Let's try that again. As you guys can see, it's nowhere near ready yet. Stir it a bit here, and then I'm going to turn it up. Had it on 3, and now we're going to turn it up to 4, which will put it close to medium, honest medium, on this particular eye. And we're going to need the spatter screen for that part. Oh, it smells so good too. Oh, so good. Hey guys, I do apologize that the footage of me canning the last batch of the pear butter from yesterday is not here. For whatever reason, my phone didn't record it. I don't know why. But we got 5 pints total, and one of them did not get filled all the way, and I deliberately left it open so that my husband and I could enjoy it last night after he got in. So, it happens. Nothing ever goes perfectly when you're filming. As always, thank you guys so much for your time today. Did you like today's video? Do you want to see more like it? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave me a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next video.